Hey guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play 999. Last time left off, what did we do? We actually just went down the elevator using the Mercury key, and we didn't actually get a choice to go in which door to go into. I mean, all we saw was door 2. I don't know if there was any other door, so... And we volunteered to go in it, and now it's just us, Junpei, Seven, and Lotus. We checked the first door here on the left, so let's go in the center one, which I believe Lotus should be in. And of course it looks just like the other rooms. Actually, let me see, do I still have that screwdriver? Nope. Ooh. I still have a screwdriver, so it's still useful for something. Well, what the hell's that? It's a towel, which looks like it has that same type of drawing on the first room. Well, it looks like a towel. I have to wonder if the design means anything, though. Maybe we should consider what the design might be. Perhaps it'll give us a hint? Okay, well, I can possibly use this in the first room. So, we'll leave that for a moment. Anything under here? This bed looks old. Pretty sure you freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I try to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're the young... Oh, God, that's not even right, Junpei. It's not like you're that young anymore. I really should have met... My, Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry. You're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. Man, Junpei is... I don't know, man. This bed looked even sadder without the pillow. So, it's still a terrible bed. I never sleep on a bed like that. Guess not. Alright, nothing here, apparently. This little bathroom. The paper seems to be pretty old. Ew, how the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. So, nothing here? Have to use toilet paper. Well, it's old and it's kind of grossing me out, but there's nothing suspicious about it. Okay then, nothing to do there. This is the moon symbol, I guess? A moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? So we had the sun, the moon, anything else? I refuse to touch this! I refuse! What the hell's wrong with you? I don't want to touch it, ever! Well, okay, as long as there's nothing there, then whatever. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if you're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. Nothing else? There's a string hanging from the ceiling here. You pull it to flush the toilet. Okay. I don't think there's anything there. What the hell? This looks like the part of the design on the towel. Do you think that means anything? On the towel, it looks like the water is flowing from the river to the spring. Do you think that means we need to make water flow from here? So it's supposed to flow from here, and the other mirror had like just a pool of it. It makes me wonder, does this... Oh look, it's empty here. The drain's kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they made it that shape for a reason? Or just for fun? I don't know, does this work? There's no knob on a faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then I think we should be able to get the water to come out of this thing. And I don't have anything like that, do I? I have a desk drawer. Can I use that? There's no knob on this faucet. If I could find a replacement, that would be sweet. Crap, doesn't look like I can do anything here then. Yeah, check this out then. Anything here? There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right though. The handle in the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Wait a minute. This looks like a handle right here. Can I take it off? So there's a mirror on the other side of this drawer. Interesting. It's kind of an odd shape, but it looks like someone's attached a handle with a screw after the... oh, okay, so I can't just screw it off. There's a mirror here? There is. There's not one here. Oh, okay. Well, we can combine these two to get the handle off of it. If I use the screwdriver and screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... Sweet. It's the knob. Well, that came off easily enough. It looks like a faucet handle. Yeah, it seemed a little weird to put it on a wooden drawer like this. I'm sure they made it look odd on purpose. With a shape like that, there's only one place it could go. Definitely. Let's go ahead and put this... Actually, is there anything on a chair I need? This looks like a chair for prisoners. It's rusty, and I don't think it's going to be a lot of help. Isn't that obvious? Look, I don't want to touch anything unless I have to. Lotus is not having this. Does she really not want to be in this room that bad? Apparently not, and there's nothing else I can do here, right? Well, we took the drawer out, but nothing happened. Of course! There's no way you could hide a puzzle in something that small. Yeah, I know. Still. Still seems like there might be... They might try to... Huh? What's that? It looks like there's something... Huh? It looks like there's something in there. There is? Oh, how about we put in the, How about we put this in here? Sounded like something falling. What was that? I heard it too. Let's open a drawer. Oh, look! That's kind of cool. It's a tile. Please don't tell me these patterns mean anything. Looks like a Google Maps a little bit. Well, the grid line, all that. You know what I mean. What is this tile for? Red, blue, gray, several lines in each color? What does it mean? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. And that actually, we don't need the other handle or a screwdriver anymore. We don't need the desk drawer or the handle anymore. So, yeah, the screwdriver because they're gone now. Alright, I guess we can go ahead and put... Should I put the faucet back? I'll put the knob back in here. Sweet, the handle I got off the drawer fits into the faucet perfectly. Now we can turn the water on. Let's do that. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Any time now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Ugh, Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Everything's been up to me. What the hell have you been doing? There's a tile go in here then. Is the drain clogged? It looks like a lot of water isn't draining out of the sink. I don't think it's going to do anything now. Well, it looks like turning the knob did the trick. The sink's filling with water. But what else do I... I can't get to the... Oh, wait. No, I can't. I thought it said down, like I can actually go down to the bottom of the sink, but I cannot. The sink is slowly full of water. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just call this room being searched and try... Oh, crap. I'm going to try the other... Actually, let me go back to the first room. Did anything happen in here? Sure enough. Okay. Take a look at the tile here. See, if you look real close, the three red lines here on the top of the other ones. The red lines? Yeah. That is true. It seems like the red overlaps the both colors, and then I guess the blue overlaps the gray, and gray's last. Same thing here? Yeah. Huh. Is it just me, or does it look like you can make it? It looks like it says 14 in red. I'm wondering that's why I pointed out, like, oh, the red, you know? Maybe that's something. Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead. Hey, what's going on? You okay, man? He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to the feet, lifted to his feet on shaky legs. Yeah, I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy, that's all. His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and straining his shirt. He was many things, but fine was not one of them. Are you sure? You don't look good. Seven didn't answer. Half his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke. What am I doing here? His words made no sense. What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot already. No, that's not what I mean. He shook his head several times as if he was trying to clear something from it. It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before. Huh? I said I've been in this room before. You were here? When and why? Oh, light. Nona. Suddenly, Seven was mumbling to himself. There were words Junpei didn't understand. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he said. What the hell was that? Seven's brow furrowed furiously, and he ground his teeth back and forth. It's right here. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't. Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. And suddenly he looked up, his eyes wide. That's right! An experiment! There was some kind of experiment going on in this ship. An experiment? What type of an experiment? They were trying to control people. Or something like that. Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared at Seven as Seven continued. Oi, or Aoi, whatever, Light and Nona, those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were there in the experiment, I mean. I think there were like 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here. Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches in his movements. Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceutical. Those kidnapped kids. Was that working, that case? Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei. Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was just wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped. He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again. The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be turn rooms on this boat that look just like this one. At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer. Hey, what exactly do you remember? Well, maybe you could, stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here. Seven stood up slowly. Well, it's not like I really remember anything. I only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense. I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces, then. Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important. Seven drew a large, muscled hand down... he drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke. From what I can remember, I think I was... a cop. A cop? Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news. Yeah. I was still in school. Excuse me. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. Missing. Where have these 16 boys and girls disappeared to? They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why. It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying that you were investigating it? Yeah, but that's what it looks like. I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceutical that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information on somebody who worked for them. They told me a ship would be leaving that night and all the kids were on it. They were going to be taken to some kind of big passenger ship somewhere out in the ocean. And yeah, he's a cop, not really, disguised really, or he was kind of flashy with that big coat there, bright coat. And still Seven headed into the wharf. He kept to the shadows, and before long found a suspicious ship. Excuse me, my God, I don't know why the hell I'm yawning so much. And he'd been looking for. There were a number of human shapes moving near the ship. There were men in black suits. Many of them were carrying large bags onto the ship. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. It could be no mistake. There were human beings in those bags. He had moved before he realized what was going on. Out of the shadows he came, his gun ready in his hand. He heard the words, "Don't move," but they weren't his. He felt metal touch the back of his head. "Drop your gun," came the cold voice from behind him. The words, he felt the cold metal thing behind him press against his skull. Slowly, Seven crouched down and laid his gun on the ground. And suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his neck. A needle. Was it some sort of drug? As he was thinking about that, Seven felt his face hit the cold concrete beneath him. He could feel the chill of it seeping into him. Man, what the hell happened then? Ugh! Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. Seven woke to find himself laying on a hard floor. He twisted his neck to peer around the room. Where am I? There was a small, shabby bed and a dirty sink. A toilet with no stall or privacy of any sort. As a cop, it was a place Seven had seen all too often. I'm in a cell, huh? Opposite the toilet was a door set into the wall. Seven struggled to his feet and hobbled toward it. He gave the door a good shove, then another, then tried pulling it. Nothing? It didn't open. Well, that was about what he expected. Wasn't likely someone would put him in a cell only to leave it unblocked. He threw himself against the door a few times, but to no avail. I knew it. Seven grumbled to himself as he moved back toward the bed. He sat down. He sat there for a very long time. Just how long, he wasn't sure. At last, he began to nod off, and had nearly fallen asleep when he was roused by a distant voice. There's... Over... It's 9! The voice was far away. Very far away. Seven could understand what it was saying. Nonetheless, it was a voice, and a high one, most likely a child. His eyes shot open. Hey! Oh, it... K-ing! As he listened, he could pick up several different distinct voices. There were at least 5 or 6, possibly more. Where were the voices coming from? He looked around the room frantically. Perhaps the door? No, that wasn't it. What? Go... Ow. Well, was it coming from the left? Was it coming from under the bed? He grabbed the bed and flipped it up with ease. He just freaking threw it, I guess. There it was. There was a hole for ventilation in the wall where the bed had been, covered with a metal grate. Seven lay down and something appeared through the grate. He couldn't see anything. It was too dark. Now that he found it, however, there couldn't be no doubt. That was the source of the voices. For a moment he was confused. Why were there children nearby? Then he remembered what the man from the Cradle Pharmaceutical had told him. How a ship would take the kidnapped children from the dwarf to the waiting passenger liner out in the ocean. Was Seven on that passenger liner? It didn't matter. What mattered was that he found a way to the children. Seven looked at the metal grate. Could he fit through that hole? Definitely doesn't look like it, but who knows. He stuck his fingers through the gate and grabbed hold of it. Oh my god, how much grunting do I have to do? He ripped it off. Yeah, I like that, you son of a bitch. He's happy now. Seven looks odd. I mean, not to make fun of him, but he just looks odd. Whatever. The dark square sat open before him. Seven wiped the sweat from his forehead and crawled inside. I guess he did fit. Yeah, what do you know? Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank. Hey, what happened after that? He waited long enough, but Seven shook his head. I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too. Oh, man. Why can't I remember what happened next? Oh, man. What happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them? I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I got this feeling that I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think. Huh? Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness the likes of which he had never seen on a man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if they were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke. Anyway, please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else. After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out of the other man. There was nothing more that he could do. Instead, Junpei turned his mind and trying to make sense of what Seven had told him. The children had been kidnapped 9 years before. Apparently, a company called Cradle Pharmaceutical had been behind the kidnappings and had taken the children to the ship they were on. They had been brought to the ship for an experiment. Something to do with controlling human beings, Seven had said. The 16 children who'd been kidnapped were subjects to the experiments. Seven has said 3 of their names were Aoi, or Ao, whatever, Light, and Nona. That was new information. He also had learned that Seven was, or had been, a police officer. Still, there was little he could do with his new information. He learned nothing about the notary game or Zero. He had no idea why they had been brought to the ship, or that they had been the site of those experiments 9 years before. Junpei couldn't forget what Seven had said. The purpose of the experiment had been to control human beings. Could such an absurd experiment really have been conducted? Who knows? Before long, Junpei realized he had spent quite some time deep in thought. No time for that, he chided himself. He had some work to do. Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Well, that was one hell of a flashback or memories, I guess. I guess it does make sense that he was a cop, because he was saying, like, cop lingo, I guess, earlier on. I guess in the shower room, like, oh, there's a piece, and he mentioned, like, numbers, like, for a 187, which I was like, what the hell is that about? So I'm assuming that must have been, like, you know how police officers have, like, code names and whatever for certain situations for whatever reasons. I wouldn't know. I have no idea of what law enforcement does, from the inside, so it's like whatever. And I pressed right-clicked on it. I right-clicked on accident there. Anything else I can do here? The water from this faucet has probably been shut off on purpose. Anything here? Looks like the water bubbled up through the drain and pushed the tile out. Do I mess with the other tile here? Nope. Okay. I want to say that this room... Well, I got another tile piece out of it, so that's good. So I guess in the next episode, because this one took quite a while, because that flashback, I'll see if I can go through that door here. I don't know, maybe I can go through it, and I guess we can continue on. I guess we got 2 more rooms. Apparently that 5th room in the back there, I'm assuming that's the exit. But I don't know. I still want to check these rooms and continue on with our escape. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play 999. I'll see you guys later.